Hey guys, glad you're back. This is my channel. I'm David Gerard, and I am the creator behind the horror comic book called Ed Kills the Dead. Sci-fi fantasy horror. This is a book that I've been working on just under 5 years, and I'm still going strong. I have 6 issues, and I just want to make a quick episode on just all the issues that I've worked on, and I will introduce some other comic books that I've worked on and just kind of give you a breakdown on all the comics and a little bit of the story and just kind of give you an update on everything that I've been working on, and also working on a new comic book that is entirely different, and just wanted to kind of go over that a little bit too. So let's get this episode started and let's talk about what's going on. So for anybody who's familiar or new or just coming in to this fresh and don't know anything about this, I'll be glad to talk about it and kind of give you a breakdown on what it's all about. And anybody who hasn't subscribed to my channel, please do, and like and follow. I would gladly appreciate it. So let's get this started. All right, so this all started just 5 years ago, and the first comic book was kind of like a quick introduction about the story, and it kind of jumps into the main event. But here it is, and I'll show you right now. The very first cover, there it is, subtitled Retaliation. There's my guy Ed. He yields weapons. He does not fight with guns. He only fights with a battle axe and a sword, or a machete. And he takes on zombies, and the more the story progresses, he's facing monsters and ghouls and anything that comes at him. So anything that's pretty much resurrected from the dead, he will face and kill it. That's why he is called Ed Kills the Dead. And that was the original, and I also did a variant issue, which is this one here. This was pretty cool. I like the red tones. Very, very graphic, so I wouldn't recommend this for anybody who's underage. This is intended for mature audiences only, so I'm sure you can see that. Moving on, this is issue number 2. And here is my guy riding a big motorcycle, and I thought this was a pretty cool idea. You can really see, you can see the zombies in the background right there, just coming out of the fog. I thought that was kind of cool. I really work on making really good covers to stand out, so anybody who likes and appreciates really good artwork, this is what I like to do, and that's what I like to try to make an impact on these books, is just having a cover that stands out. So moving on, we got issue number 3. This was pretty awesome because by the time we get to book 3, we face a new entity who is a ghoul right in the background. This guy's pretty nasty. He's very huge, and he's facing my hero, who you see right here, along with the zombies around him. I thought this was kind of like a cool concept for a cover. Again, it represents all the characters in the storyline, so this I thought was really neat. So there you go, you have it. Book number 3 right there. And moving on, we got book 4. This is where my guy just stands on a horde of zombies, just in his element, just killing everything he strikes. And like, for anybody who's wondering, the eyes in the background are basically belonging to another creature who is being presented in this storyline. So anybody who's interested, you'll have to kind of get into the story to see what it's all about. I don't want to give it away, but this is the fun part. So there's book 4. I thought that was pretty awesome. And then here we are facing number 5, where we meet an other super zombie. This is the Skull Crusher. He is like the lead villain in the story. He really takes over, and he is very nasty. So as you can see here, you can kind of see why. There's a whole story behind how he is created. So you gotta really follow the storyline to see how he's created. But he is a very fun character, and you gotta get in on it. It's really, really cool. Again, I don't want to give the whole story away, but it's a step up from just a regular zombie story. So, and then recently just released number 6 right here. And this I had fun because I wanted to introduce the villain. His name is Dr. Briggs, and he is the leader of these super soldiers, who is like right behind him. And I thought this was cool because it like basically like introduces the villains on the cover instead of Ed. So every cover I try to introduce all the different characters that are in the story, so you can kind of see what they look like in full color. Because as you can see, these comics are done in black and white, just like this, which looks really nice. And there's a little touch of blood. So as you can see, any graphic elements are done in color, so you'll get the effect of like the gore and all the stuff that's being portrayed in the comic books. So those were the comic books, and then we got the volume editions, which are right here. So this one is volume 1. So this is a 72-page graphic novel done in hardcover. So right here you can see. This was nice. I released this about 3 years ago, but this is a compilation of book 1, 2, and 3 all into one novel, which makes up for a good storyline. It kind of wraps up the first part of the story, and then book 4 and 5 is in the second volume, which is right here. And that's volume 2. I thought this was cool because you get to see all the characters in the storyline. So you got the bad guys at the top, and then you got Ed, and you got Lindsay. She's the daughter. And then you got Grayson over here, who's this kid who Ed saves in the early story, but like he becomes part of the big story in the end. So you all play a major role, and again, you gotta get in on the story to see what it's all about. But volume 2 is very cool. Another 65-page book, so you're getting a good read out of there. And volume 2 is really cool because I got a lot of extras at the back, so you gotta check it out. Right at the back, you got the synopsis. So, there you go, volume 2 edition. But those are my novels and my comic books. Just wanted to introduce you to that and give you an idea about what the covers look like. And anybody who's interested in the story, pick them up on my website at www.edkillsthedeadcomics.com, and you can order your books there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.